So with all the refugees in Europe, it's hard to say what's really going on. There's a lot of them. I was talking to people that live in Italy, and apparently the money that's being given for the refugees to feed them every day is being pocketed by the people that are running these camps. Now, of course, when people are trying to spread conspiracies and they're trying to promote some form of malcontent or discontent or a way of saying, yes, the world's not good, we need to turn to God for some guidance and everything, they might overlook the fact that maybe they're not pocketing the money and just bathroom facilities are really, really expensive. So yeah, sure, you cook them noodles and that's super, super cheap, and give them a few blankets and that's not really expensive, and then so you're wondering where the rest of the money that's being given for every single refugee that's in the camp is disappearing to in the day, and they say the managers are stealing it. Maybe sewage facilities are just fucking expensive. But on a side note, after England, Italy, France, Poland, Germany, and the United States, probably Canada too, bombed the shit out of the Middle East and had all these people come over here, Christians can't possibly be disappointed or upset or kind of afraid when you have Muslims at churches yelling at people. Now, it's hard to tell when Muslims are yelling at people because they never speak the language of the people in the country that they're from. Like, if you're in France, they're not speaking French. If you're in Poland, they're not speaking Polish. They're just speaking Arabic and yelling like a bunch of stupid idiots. But, yeah, the Christians have no right to be disappointed. The Christians are paying taxes to these governments. They're facilitating these governments. They're sponsoring these governments. They're promoting these governments. They go, these aren't democracies. Yes, they are. And that's exactly the point. These are, in fact, democracies. When you pay the government, you're paying the government. You could go out on the street and protest that you don't want to. You can sign all the petitions and go through the records and vote in your own personal representatives, or you can just go to work and go to your 9 to 5. I was going to say 8 to 6, 8 to 4, whatever the fuck. You go to your 9 to 5 every day. That's a choice you made. That was your vote. It was your vote to continue going with the system that's going. They paid to bomb the shit out of the Middle East. The Christians are 100% guilty for it. Jesus Christ, you can't just wait here and go, well, Muslims, things are going so downhill. This is shit. Look how bad this is. You know, we're going to tell the Muslims exactly what we tell ourselves. Everything is so bad, we're just waiting for Jesus. We're just waiting for Jesus to show up. That's what we'll tell the Muslims. We understand it's bad, but we can't do anything about it. We're just paying our taxes to these whoremongering criminal cartels that sell porn at Max on the corner stores, every corner store. We're just paying our taxes. You want to know what the actual problem is? Jesus Christ will never show up if you do not prepare. If you do not prepare for Jesus Christ to show up, he won't show up. Dead acts, dead acts is dead faith. If you don't have preparation acts, there's going to be nothing. That's it. Sorry that came out like that. That was kind of sad. Jesus is not coming to save anyone, according to the Christian religion, because no one's fucking preparing. Everyone's waiting. Waiting is not preparing. You're not like, I'm emotionally preparing myself for when Jesus shows up. No, we need to prepare a platform, a political platform, a social platform, an environmental platform. If you don't prepare anything, nothing's going to happen. The Christians are a bunch of dumb fucks, and they should feed these Muslims. All the Christians should feed these Muslims, because they're paying their fucking taxes to atheists, to sponsor atheists. And they cut the grass with non-renewable resources like a bunch of dumb fucks. So this whole scenario is a little bit weird and fucked up, but in reality, it's really hard to gauge what's going on here because no one's even speaking the languages of the people from the countries where the Muslims are. So at least coming from Canada is really weird. But as long as you're not calling refugees immigrants, because refugees and immigrants aren't the same thing, and illegal immigrants and refugees, not even remotely 1% the same thing, and Muslims and Syrians are not the same thing, and Libyans are not refugees, they're just crossing. And if you want to get into what the definition of a slave is, an employee is by the Jewish definition of slave, a slave. Employees are slaves. They're not captives or prisoners, they're slaves. So when you're on the beach saying, I need a job because I have no food, and they're hiring you, that's called the slave market. You're not like owned or possessed, it's a slave market because you can't take care of your fucking shit. You have no food, you have no clothes, someone needs to feed you, you're a fucking slave. Fucking city slicking dumb fucks.